Hello students, so here we have a question from chapter number 13 of Pathfinder, which is electric current. Okay, so the question says volt ampere characteristics of an incandescent lamp is shown in the adjoining figure. So here we have a graph relating the voltage and the current of a lamp. Okay, this lamp can withstand a maximum voltage 3 volt and a maximum current 0.4 ampere. Alright, an infinite ladder network consisting of a large number of these lamps is also shown in the figure given below. Okay, so the lamps are connected into an infinite ladder network like this. How much maximum voltage can be applied between the terminals A and B so that no lamp gets damaged? Okay, so we have to connect a battery between these two terminals over here. Alright. So in this circuit, what should be the maximum voltage that we can connect across AB so that the circuit can function without any damage? Right. So first of all, let's look at the graph. So you can see that the graph is initially perfectly linear, and from here it is deviating from the linear behavior. Okay. So we can say that in this region the graph is ohmic, and in this region the graph is non-ohmic. Okay, the resistance becomes non-ohmic. So we could say that the graph deviates from the behavior roughly at this point. Okay, and this point would be over here 0.3, and correspondingly it will be 1.5 volts. Okay, so I could say that in this region your graph or your lamp is ohmic, and in this region it will be non-ohmic. Okay, so let's first find the resistance for the ohmic section. Okay, so you have over here, let's say 1.5 volt and 0.3 ampere, or you could take this point also, 1 volt divided by 0.2 ampere. So your ohmic resistance will be what? R will be 1 volt divided by 0.2 ampere, so you get that to be equal to 5 ohms. Okay, so that's the ohmic resistance of the lamp. Now in this circuit you have to provide the maximum possible voltage, and therefore the maximum possible current should flow through the circuit. Okay, so if the current flowing through this point over here is I, and I can be maximum, okay, the maximum current that can flow through this lamp, and that is given in the question to be 0.4 ampere. So I maximum, I'll just take the maximum value as 0.4 ampere. Alright, now this current entering over here will split into the two branches. Okay, then let this current be I1 and the current going over here be I2. Okay, now we are not sure whether this lamp is in the ohmic region or non-ohmic region. Similarly, we are not sure whether this lamp is in the ohmic region or non-ohmic region. So first we need to check that. Okay, so let's look at this figure again. So this is your current I, here we have I1, here we have I2. Right, now there are three possibilities which you can have. Okay, first of all, let's name this lamp to be P, and let's name this lamp to be Q. Now there are three possibilities. First possibility is that P is ohmic and Q is non-ohmic. Okay, second possibility is that P is non-ohmic while Q is ohmic. Okay, third possibility is that P and Q both are non-ohmic. Okay, and Q is also non-ohmic. Okay, and then final possibility is that P and Q both should be ohmic. So actually there are four possibilities over here. Okay, and we will check all four of them one by one. Okay, so for that we need to do some calculations first. Okay, we have I to be equal to 0.4 ampere. We have taken the maximum possible value of I, that is 0.4, ampere, and I is basically I1 plus I2. I is I1 plus I2. So I1 plus I2 is equal to 0.4 ampere. Okay. Now let's start with the assumption that let's start with the first assumption that Q is non-ohmic. Okay. If Q is non-ohmic, that means the current flowing in the resistor Q should be more than this limit, that is 0.3. If your limit over here is this limit for ohmic is 0.3, right? So the current in Q should be more than 0.3 for it to be non-ohmic. So we have over here I2 is more than 0.3. Okay. Now if the current in this branch is more than 0.3, that means the voltage should be more than 1.5 volt. So the voltage across the resistor Q, across the lamp Q, should be more than 1.5 volt. This is your ohmic range, this is your non-ohmic range. Since Q is in non-ohmic range, its voltage is more than 1.5 volt. Correct? Now, if I2 is more than 0.3, then I1 is what? 0.4 minus I2. So I1 will be less than 0.1. If I1 is less than 0.1, that means it will be somewhere in this region. Then P has to be ohmic. Okay. Then P should be ohmic. Okay. And therefore we can write the voltage of P will be what? Let's mark the point over here. This is your 0.1 and correspondingly this is 0.5 volt. Okay. 0.1 and 0.5 volt. Correct? So Vp should be less than 0.5 volts. Alright. Now you tell me one thing. The voltage across this resistor should be equal to the voltage across this whole ladder. Okay. That means if voltage across this resistor is 0.5 or less than that, then the voltage across this whole ladder should be less than 0.5. But we are getting VQ itself to be more than 0.5. So this situation will be not possible. Okay. So now let's look at the second situation, which is P is non-ohmic. Okay. If P is non-ohmic, then current in P should be more than 0.3 and voltage in P should be more than 1.5. So let's write down I1 will be more than 0.3 ampere and voltage across P should be more than 1.5 volts. Okay. Now in that case your I2 will be what? So I2 will be 0.4 minus I1. So that will be less than 0.1 ampere. Okay. Now if I2 is less than 0.1 ampere, that means current flowing through Q is in this range. Okay. Therefore Q should be ohmic. Q is ohmic, and this entire ladder, all the lamps in this entire ladder should be ohmic. Okay. So now what we do, we find the net resistance of this ladder first, taking it to be a ohmic one. So each lamp is having how much resistance? It is having 5 ohms of resistance. So let's find the net resistance of this ladder first. Okay. So each of the lamps over here is now 5 ohms. Correct? Okay. Let the net resistance of the ladder be R. Okay. So net resistance of the ladder is equal to R. Okay. If this is equal to R, that means this ladder should also be equal to R because it's going up to infinity. So if you remove one branch from the ladder, doesn't matter. Okay. So this will be equal to, I take this 5, this 5. Okay. This is 5, this is 5. And for the remaining ladder, I take the equivalent resistor of R. So both these circuits are equivalent, right? That means resistor on the left R should be equal to the net resistance on the right. So these two are in parallel, so you get their net resistance to be 5R upon 5 plus R. Okay, and this branch is in series with this 5 ohms, so I add 5 ohms over here. Now when you solve this equation, you will get R to be equal to 5 times 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. Okay, now in the question it is given that take root 5 to be approximately 2.2. So this should be equal to 5 times 1 plus 2.2 whole divided by 2. So you get this to be equal to 1.6 times 5, so that is 8 ohms. Okay, so the net resistance of this ladder should be 8 ohms. Okay, now let's go back to the question. So this total resistance is 8 ohms and the current going through that will be less than 0.1 ampere. Okay, current going in this entire ladder is less than 0.1 ampere and this entire ladder has a resistance of 8 ohms. Then the voltage across this ladder should be how much? The voltage across that ladder should be less than 0.1 times 8, so that will be less than 0.8 volt. Okay, now total voltage across this branch should be more than 1.5 volt according to P being non-ohmic, but at the same time we are getting the total voltage across this ladder to be less than 0.8. That is, across these two terminals you are getting more than 1.5 volt, but at the same time across these two terminals through this branch you are getting less than 0.8. So this is a contradiction. You can't have voltage more than 1.5 and less than 0.8 at the same time. That means this assumption is also wrong. So our first assumption was that Q is non-ohmic, that was wrong. Second assumption was that P is non-ohmic, and again that was wrong. So that means we are left with only one option. Q and P both are ohmic. Okay, so we solve according to that. So we already know that this is equal to 8 ohms for ohmic condition, and now we know that P should also be ohmic. Okay, so we could redraw the circuit. We start from the point A, and here we have the first lamp. This first lamp of doesn't matter. Okay, then we have this lamp P over here, so I draw the lamp P, and this is your terminal B. Okay, this is your lamp P, and P is ohmic, that means it should be equal to 5 ohms. Okay, and for the remaining ladder we replace that with 8 ohms. So this is my net circuit now. Okay, and the current flowing through this circuit is how much? I equal to how much? 0.4 ampere. Okay, and let's first of all find the equivalent resistance over here. Okay, so 5 and 8 are in parallel. Okay, so the net resistance over here will be what? 5 times 8 divided by 5 plus 8. Okay, so that will be 40 by 13 ohms. Okay, so we redraw the circuit now, and we replace this with a voltage resistance of 40 by 13 ohms. Okay, these two branches have been replaced with the single 40 by 13 ohms of resistor. Now this current is flowing 0.4 ampere, is passing through this branch. Okay, so the voltage difference across this resistor will be what? That will be current into this resistance. Okay, so now if I write down total potential difference, so VAB will be what? 0.4 ampere times 40 by 13 plus voltage across this resistor is this much, and voltage across this resistor we have already discussed that for 0.4 ampere we have the voltage of 3 volt. Okay, the current passing is 0.4 ampere, so the voltage should be 3 volt. Okay, so here the voltage will be 3 volt. Okay, so your total voltage will be how much? If you simplify this, you will get this to be equal to 4.23 volt. So this is the maximum voltage that we can apply across the endpoints A and B. Okay,